There's things that I will never forget, and things that I wished hadn't happened.
A common phrase for any Vietnam veteran, and for Willie Fulfer, memories that will not fade, even after 51 years.
I'm carrying over 100 pounds worth of gear right there.
He was a 22-year-old Marine sniper. It was a nighttime mission. He remembers seeing the grenade land next to him. He curled into a ball. His flak jacket saved him from nearly every piece of shrapnel.
26.
26? Sounds like you know that for a fact.
We dug them out. I mean, I literally took my knife and dug pieces of shrapnel out of the flak jacket.
But piece number 27, this one, snuck under the flak jacket, embedded in the muscle 1 inch from his spine, where military doctors told him
they didn't want to operate because it was next to the backbone.
It would have to stay.
Just nothing I could do about it. You just have to live with it. You know, just kind of like a Marine, you suck it up and go on.
And so he did for 51 years, most of those years in pain and living on disability.
I came back a very upset, angry person.
Until a trip to Baylor Scott and White All Saints in Fort Worth, where he met Dr. Atif Hawk.
Yeah, it really was like a needle in a haystack.
He needed to operate on a bulging disc in Willie's lower back and considered it worth the risk to remove the 51-year-old rusted pea-sized passenger, too.
You know, I think what's improving the situation is the fact that we took the herniated disc out. This is more of a, I don't know, a sentimental kind of thing to have this friend of 51 years out, you know.
For the first time in years, Willie can walk unassisted, unless, of course, he chooses to hug his wife at the same time. As for that piece of that grenade, he plans to put it in a display case next to his Purple Heart at home.
Part of me, I mean, you know, what I went through, I could look at it and say, that you caused me a lot of pain.
We met, by the way, in a hospital courtyard called the Garden of Hope.
We served.
Fitting, perhaps, since that's exactly what the hospital gave him, by removing one painful memory.
If, young enough and called upon again, I would do the same thing. Just glutton for punishment, I guess.
Although glad that some of those 51 years of punishment can spend its time on a shelf instead. In Fort Worth, I'm Kevin Reese.
Willie says he is thankful for the doctors who allowed him to walk again normally.
As far as that 51-year-old piece of shrapnel, he says he's going to leave it right there on the shelf. That's where it'll stay.